Hey friends all over the world, Dr. Kynan here. I want to tell you the truth about the Paris Olympics and the church. What does this mean? The truth about the Paris Olympics and the church. A couple of days ago, I literally did a video calling on Christians to boycott the Olympics because of what I perceived to be a blasphemous, and what many deemed a blasphemous display reminiscent of the Last Supper. Now, since then I've taken that video down, and for a couple of reasons, but it was said, I was reading some posts, and they were saying that it was never meant to be a display of Jesus, but it was meant to be a display of Dionysus, you know, the god of the games and all of this kinds of things, right? And so now the Olympic organizers have issued an apology. In fact, it's in major news outlets now. They've issued MSNBC published an article that states that the organizers of the Olympics, they didn't mean any offense toward any religious group, blah, 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 blah. They were apologizing, etc. But I still believe that the display of it, see, I'm an artist. I went to art school. As soon as I graduated from high school, I went to art school, Art Institute of Atlanta. And as an artist, you know, you understand artistic expression. You understand symbolism. You understand imagery. You understand tone. And there seems to have been an undertone that was blasphemous, or an overtone that was blasphemous. I mean, if you have a large amount of Christians saying that they interpreted that table to be the Last Supper, then there's something to that. We're all not crazy. We're all not ignorant and that kind of stuff. But I want to talk about the Olympic Games and the church, because one of the things that I've realized is that the church, in many ways, is at risk of losing its influence, because there's so many among us that won't take a stand. You know, there were Christians defending this. There were Christians, pastors, say, well, it wasn't nothing wrong with that. You know, I didn't see anything wrong with it. Of course you didn't see anything wrong with it. You didn't see anything wrong with it. The movies you watch, you don't see anything wrong with them. The lifestyle you live, you don't see anything wrong with it. The church has, in many ways, experienced great compromise. But I want to remind us of our power. Just how many Christians had to speak up within 72 hours for them to say, all right, we messed up. They're not going to stand with this. They're not going to accept this. They're not going to accept it. Christians, church folks aren't going to lie down and accept what we're doing. You see? When the church says, no, we're not going to abdicate our authority in the name of inclusivity. Hear what I just said. We're not going to abdicate our authority under the guise of inclusivity. Well, let's just be inclusive. So the church has become so inclusive that the church has become exclusive. You know who we've excluded? God, the Holy Spirit, Jesus. We've become so inclusive of the world, we've become exclusive of the Holy Spirit. Paul said, if I desire to please men, I am not the servant of Jesus Christ. And we need to deal with this, because we need to deal with the compromise in the church. Because we believe that We don't have power. Society has tried to totally sterilize the church. The world has tried to emasculate spiritual men and sterilize the church so that we no longer have influence, and we need to learn how to take a stand. We need to say, you know what? No, we're not going to stand for this. We're not just going to turn the other cheek and say, oh, well, let's just love everyone. This is the dangerous theology that is hurting the church, especially in America. This passive Christianity is not love. Passive Christianity is not love. It's loving the world. It's worldliness. It's carnality. It's time for the church to stop compromising and to use the authority and the influence that God has given us so that we can change this world and not be changed by this world.